Hi guys, today I'm going to demonstrate how to make an eyeball prop. I'm making a mask here, a gore mask for a video that I'm hoping to make, and I needed an eyeball prop. I didn't have one, so I decided to try to make one. So I made this today and thought it turned out pretty well, so I thought I would make a video on how I make the second one that I'm going to be putting here in the socket here. So I'm going to get started on that right now. Okay, some of the supplies that we're going to be using. I've got the paint here. This is really inexpensive. This cost $1 at the dollar store. I have the brush that goes with the paint kit here I'm going to use. This is a palette. Because I'm going to be mixing the paint to get the desired color for part of the eyeball. Also, I used a sealer primer, spray aerosol, and for the eyeball itself I just used the jawbreaker that I had around the house. Probably other things you could use a marble, I guess, as well. But anyway, this worked out pretty well for the first one, so I thought I'd try this for the second one as well. And so the first step is to spray the eyeball with a primer. Okay, I'm outside now with the jawbreaker, and by spraying it with the primer, it's going to eliminate the slick surface, so I'll be able to paint on the jawbreaker a lot easier. Same thing if you're going to use a marble. It'll really make a kind of an eggshell like bond to the surface, and it'll also be easy to handle. If I don't spray the jawbreaker, I imagine that it's going to be start to get really sticky after I handle it for a little while. So I'm going to go ahead and spray it, and this stuff also dries really fast. Okay, now that the primer is dry, I can start painting the eyeball. So what I'm going to do is make a circle where I want the iris to be at. I'm using a pencil to do this. And then I'm going to get the blue out, because I'm going to want to, this eye is going to be blue. But I don't want it to be too blue, so I'm going to mix some blue with some black to make that a kind of a grayish blue. And then I'm just going to fill in the circle that I drew on here. And it's still a little bit darker than what I want. So I'll add some more blue here. Yeah, that's looking a little better. And with these paints here, they're water soluble, as I said before, so you can add water if you want to thin them out. I like the consistency that I have here, straight out of the bottle. Okay, with the iris, I like to have a transparent look to it, more of a natural, normal look to the iris. And with this paint, it kind of globs on here a little bit more than I like, so I'm just going to streak this and take it out, some of that glob out, some of that extra that I don't need. And when I do that, it's going to thin it out, give it that transparent look that I'm trying to achieve here. Okay, I have my iris the way I want it to look. So next I can start on the pupil, and for that I'm just going to use black paint, and I'm going to have just a normal regular pupil right in the middle here. I'm not going to make it too dilated or too large. Got to concentrate to try to make it as perfect of a circle as I can. It might be a little too small here. Looking a little better. And so there we have the iris and the pupil of the eye. So I'm almost finished. Next thing I'm going to do is put some blood vessels on the eye. And to do that, I'm going to use the brush here, but I'm going to take off just a strand from this brush, or one little hair or bristle. I'm going to take the red, put some of the red on the palette. And from the back of the eye, I'm just going to bring the red up towards the front of the eye. And then for where the eye socket, or the eye goes into the socket, just going to paint that with red using my brush. Oh, there's one thing that I left out that's really important, and that is the reflection in the eye. What I did for that on the first eye that I made was just use the white. And to get an idea where you want your reflection, you can look in the mirror. Actually, I would advise you, if you're trying to make a realistic eyeball, to look at your own eye in the mirror, and wherever the light is, that's where if it's cast overhead or to the side, it's going to reflect on your eye. So decide where you want the light to be at, or where you want the reflection on your eye to be at. In this case, I'm just going to have it in the iris part of the eye. So I'm going to get some white here. Really don't need to put it on the palette, and I'm just going to put it a little bit on the iris part here. That's really all I need to do, just to give it a light reflection look. And now I will position it into the mask and take a look at it. And here's a look with the eyeballs in the mask. And I adjusted this eyeball, the first eyeball, tried to make it bulging looking with kind of a popping out of the socket look. And one final note I would like to mention, when making the eyeballs, you can put Vaseline or baby oil on the eyeballs. I'd recommend doing that right before your shoot, when you're making your video or your camera shot, because it will dry out, and it just gives it more of a wet, glossy look. So anyway, that's all there is to making eyeballs. Hope the video has been helpful to someone out there. And until next time, have a nice day.